Hello, my name's Mel Wardle Woodend and I'm Staffordshire Poet Laureate 2019 to 2021. I'd like to share with you a few ideas about how you might want to get started with writing poetry. I know often people think that you need to make poetry rhyme or it needs to be something really beautiful for it to work as good poetry, but I don't believe that's true. I think poetry can be an observation of anything that you want to write about, anything that you can see going on around you or about how you feel inside. And it can really help to write things down and to not even deliberately write a poem, but perhaps just write down a list of thoughts and feelings. And then when you've got that list of words or little phrases, you can look at them and you can think about how you might want to turn that into a poem written perhaps in the first person, as if it's about you yourself and how you feel. Or perhaps you might write in metaphor, so you're indirectly expressing feelings by writing about something else, but really it's about how you feel. So I've got a few examples to explain what I mean. The first one, it's a really daft example. So I bite my nails, which is a terrible habit, I know, and it's something that I really want to stop. But I wrote a poem about it just because it was a fun topic to write about, it would make people smile, and it would remind me that I actually do want to stop biting my nails. So this poem does use rhyme, even though you don't need to make yours rhyme. It doesn't matter at all. Nails. Short ones, long ones, pointy ones, sculpted ones, real ones, fake ones, natural ones, painted ones. Then there are mine. Chewed and red, skin picked at the nail bed, fingertips swollen and sore, I must bite them no more. But can I stop? Lotions, potions, hand cream and goo, slathered on with some anti-biting treatment too, but still I persist. And soon my fingers will be chewed off up to my wrist. I want my nails to be stylish, I want them to be pretty. Will writing this motivate me more? This little ditty. And you can see how at the beginning I had a bit of a list going on. So I'd made a list about the different types of nails, short ones, long ones, pointy ones, sculpted ones, and made that into a bit of a comedy thing because the list went on with all of these different types of nails, and then I put a separate line, then there are mine. So that really drew a contrast. So you might want to think about a list of thoughts or feelings on the same topic, and then you can make them change and surprise the reader with a contrast. You don't have to go out and about, because I know we're all on lockdown at the moment, so I want to just really emphasise you don't have to go out and about to write about things and to find things to write about. One day I was actually having breakfast in my kitchen and I glanced out of the window, and we live in a fairly urban area, so it's not common to see wildlife. But there was a goose and I saw it out of the window. It had found the only bit of grass in our area, and there was a great big puddle because it had been raining, and the goose was having a wonderful bath in it. And that inspired me to write a poem about geese. So I'm going to share this one with you now. The goose from Canada sits in a cold, wet puddle in the middle of the grassy patch by the pavement in the centre of town. It has found its way from marshes nearby. It is out of place, out of sync with its place in the world, as it merrily wiggles its behind, leaving brown and white feathers behind. So in that poem, in the beginning of it, I've looked at the goose, I've thought about how it's not in its natural environment, and I thought that's actually a really good topic to write about, something a little bit unusual. It's a common creature, a Canada goose, we see them all the time in the UK, but it's an unusual thing to see it in the town centre. So I thought I'll write about it, and it's something that will grab the reader's interest, really. I wanted this poem to focus on colour because I think colour imagery in poetry is really, really important. It can build such a visual picture. So that's something that when you're writing your poems, I would urge you to try and use colour as much as you can. So at the beginning of this poem, it's fairly drab. We're thinking about leaving brown and white feathers behind. It's not very colourful at all. It's just describing the colours of the Canada goose. But as the poem goes on, and I won't read it all because there's not time, but we go towards the end of the poem, and it shows how the goose eventually takes off. Once airborne, the Canada goose soars, a silhouette of black against the reddening sky, as it joins its gaggle, a plump of geese flying in close harmony, synchronised dancers of the sky, flying in formation. So we have that different colour, the kind of the blacks and the reds, the really kind of bold colours now. And that shows something different, I think. It makes you feel a different way. It's very bright and vibrant, and it shows how the goose has changed from being this out of place kind of dull creature on the ground to being able to soar like dancers of the sky, the way that I've described it in the poem. So you can really take the ordinary and make it extraordinary in a poem. And I think that's what I just really want to explain and sort of emphasise in this really short video, that when you're writing, you don't have to pick a beautiful topic to write about. You can just pick something really ordinary. And by using colour, by using the senses to describe how it might look and sound, you can really build up that visual picture that works beautifully in poetry. I hope you've enjoyed my video. My name's Mel Wardle Woodend. You can look me up on Facebook or on my website as well if you'd like any more ideas and tips. Good luck with your writing. Bye.